see how these streaks pull everything back and allows this guy to get open by about 20 yards. Is going to get one of these guys open every single time, as this guy here is open by about 5 to 10, maybe even 15 yards once again. But you can see how deadly these stack formations are. They're so tight together, the cornerbacks are stacked as well. And when the play starts, they basically just get in front of each other's way as he completely knocks this dude off of his coverage. And we have the easiest one-play touchdown you're ever going to see. If you guys are looking for fast, cheap, reliable coins for your college football 25 team, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. The champ is here! Welcome back, Money Team. This is Madden Money Shot, snipping out the college cheese as always. In today's video, I got a brand new one-play touchdown against every single defense in the game for you guys from my new favorite formation, the gun slot left stack. If you guys watched my channel last year and even the year before that, my favorite offense was the gun stack Y flex out of the New Orleans Saints playbook when I used to play Madden a lot more. This is very similar as far as the things that it can do, and the play that I'm going to show you guys is the PA post cross. This is a one-play touchdown against every single defense in the game. But before I do, if you guys want to see more videos like this, I just put out a gameplay yesterday where I was using this offense. I focused more on the defense, and I do plan on putting out a gameplay where I focus specifically on how explosive this offense is, hopefully tomorrow. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. Now, I'm using North Texas because I'm using my plays out of my North Texas offensive ebook, but you can also find this in Army, Duke, and SMU if you guys like to use any of those playbooks. SMU is a pretty unique playbook too, but it's a pretty rare formation. It's only in 4 playbooks out of 144 in the entire game. And like I said, to me, North Texas is the best version because that's some of the best plays in the entire game. But if you guys need more tips or more money plays, you can download this or any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking links in the description or the top pinned comment. Now, I'm going to start off with random first, which isn't something that I always typically do, but let's go and let's pick the PA's post cross. Now, if I want to run this play as just a regular play, this can be really the best passing play in the entire offense just for dink and dunk plays. If I just want to put the B receiver here on a deep cross and then the A receiver, I would put on just a curl, or I can put them on like an out route to go underneath the B receiver. It really doesn't matter, but this is pretty much the play, as my first read is going to be the Y receiver every single time, which will get open underneath a lot of zones. It'll also be man coverage. It'll also be matching coverage really well. And then the B receiver here is going to be my next read. And I keep the play action because the play action is kind of important when it comes to what I like to do here. But you can see how the B receiver comes open a lot. That was probably like a matching cover 6 or cover 9, because you're going to see how glitchy that B receiver on a deep cross is when I get to the one-play touchdowns. But that's pretty much the play. I don't really need to do much else. Just put that B receiver across. And like I said, I'm reading the Y receiver first. If it's there, I'm going to take it. If it's not there, I'm going to take the B receiver as I get hit there. And then the last read would be the check down, which would be the A receiver, which, like I said, I can make the A receiver do just about anything that I want him to do. If I want him to be a flat on this side here, as you can see, he was open underneath. But the play action actually slowed that play down. So I think the play action is important because the play action in college football is a really important thing based off the fact that it will get the linebackers to bite and stuff like that. But if I can make all these guys into routes, if I don't feel like waiting for that play action, I can just turn this running back into a check down as an out route as well. So I give myself a multitude of check downs, making this a really good man or zone play. But if I do decide to set it up like this, then I pretty much have 4 routes that beat man or zone, and the X route is really just a pull route, as this can really be a very versatile dink and dunk play. So let's go and let's back out. Let's start over with the one-play touchdowns, which is really going to be the funnest part of this video anyway. So let's go and let's pick the PA post cross one more time. I'm going to go defense to defense here, starting off with cover 2, as there's really 2 different things I can do when it comes to cover 2. The one that I'm going to do the most, though, is just put the Y receiver on a streak, because pretty much every single one-play touchdown, I'm going to be streaking the Y receiver. If I do this, all I really have to do is custom stem the X receiver up, but it's best to put the B receiver on a 10-yard out route, and it'll be even better to motion him out, as that's going to pull the safeties apart as much as possible, as it's going to make it really easy. And in this scenario, I don't have to custom stem as much. I can really custom stem it to about a 20-yard break, which would be fine. Like I said, the play action really helps to keep the linebackers in the box. As you can see right there, we get off over the top as the pressure is tight because I'm going against the best defense of the game. But you can see how that splits the safeties very easily with the B receiver pulling the safeties apart. Now, I forgot to mention that you could also put the Y receiver on a wheel, and it's going to be another option against cover 2. So I can do the exact same setup by motioning out this B receiver, although, like I said, I don't have to motion him out. I can leave him in. He'll still pull the safeties apart. But if I custom stem this X receiver up, you're going to see how now both of these receivers are going to get open, as the Y receiver might be even easier. He gets open over the top of the cornerback, and we also have a receiver that can split the safeties deep. Next up, we're going to pick that play again. I'm going to show you guys against cover 3, which is actually a one-play touchdown I showed in my most recent gameplay. So if you want to check that out, I think I scored on a one-play touchdown on the very first play of the game because I read cover 3 very quickly. But let's start off with cover 3 sky. Now, I wish I could just put this wide receiver on a streak, but truthfully, he's not in far enough to pull the safety, and I can't motion anybody across or do anything like that. So I'm going to show you guys how this used to work in Madden the same way, but it doesn't necessarily work this way. Is you're going to put the B receiver here on a corner route and custom stem him down, and if you have a fast enough speed advantage, this can be gone. As you can see, you do have an alley, and I got hit there. But truthfully, it doesn't really work out because the wide receiver holds the cornerback and not the safety. So what you have to do with this play is you have to motion out this fullback and put him on a streak, and then put the B receiver on a corner route and custom stem him down all the way to 0. And now this will hold the safety way better because he's closer to the line of scrimmage. So you'll see right here, the X receiver crosses. Like I said, this is the exact setup I used in my gameplay yesterday. It's a very easy setup. If you guys want to see that, I have links in the description as well as on screen at the end of the video. And it also works against cover 3 match, which is probably a much more popular defense. Let's go and pick that. This particular setup I'll try one time because this here is a little bit different, but you'll notice that the safety gets in the way once again, and I'm getting blasted. I don't know why. It takes a lot longer doing it that way. Then if you motion this guy across, it's a very easy setup this way. Like I said, I wish I didn't have that formational tell, but I do, and that's all there is to it. It doesn't really matter because, like I said, it scores really quickly. As you can see, I'm getting hit every single time, and I'm pretty sure I got hit in the gameplay also, but you can see it's a very easy one-play touchdown because of the streak being the fullback and not the receiver. Next up, we're going to do cover 4, starting off with cover 4 match. We'll do cover 4 quarters first. So there's 2 different ways to do this. You can put the Y receiver on a streak and put the B receiver on a deep cross, or you can put both the Y and B receivers on deep crosses, and that's going to be the best way to go. Is it's going to completely clear out the side over here that's covering the B receiver, as that might have been the defense that I saw when I was showing the original setups, when I was showing it dink and dunk pass plays. And it also works against cover 4 palms, even though cover 4 typically covers a little bit differently. But let's go and let's pick palms. With cover 4 palms, same setup, just put everybody on deep crosses, the Y and the B receiver, and the B receiver here once again will get left wide open, but you'll see it's a little bit tighter. It's a little bit tighter than it was the last time, but still a very big play. As you can see here, this crossing routes concept does a really good job of getting open, as that guy doesn't follow until the very last minute when he realizes that's his man. And we're open by about 5 to 10 yards for the easiest catch and run touchdown you're ever going to have. Works the same with cover 4 regular. Let's go ahead and let's pick cover 4 drop field. It's going to be a very different setup though. This is probably one of the easiest one-play touchdowns against cover 4 because cover 4 is such a difficult defense in college football 25. This is the hardest defense to score a one-play touchdown against. But this is very easy. All I'm going to do is put the Y receiver and the A tight end on streaks, and then I'm going to put the B receiver on a corner route one more time and then custom stem him all the way down. And those streaks will hold the safeties back while the B receiver will hold the cornerback down, allowing for this guy to get wide open in between in the gap there. And if we watch the replay, you can see how these streaks pull everything back while that corner route holds the cornerback down and allows this guy to get open by about 20 yards. I mean, there's nobody even close to this guy by the time the ball lands in his hands in the end zone. Next up, we're going to continue with matching coverages like cover 6 and cover 9. The same setup's going to work for both, but we're going to get a different receiver open. So let's go and let's pick cover 6. As all you really have to do, you can use somewhat the same setup as cover 4 by putting the Y receiver in a deep cross, but you have to put the B receiver on a post. And doing this is going to basically cross up the cover 6 and cover 9 coverages, making it that a different receiver is open every single time. As you can see, the tight end's wide open this time by about 5 to 10 yards once again. As we see once again, the deep crossing concepts of this play is going to get one of these guys open every single time, as this guy here is open by about 5 to 10, maybe even 15 yards once again, as nobody's even close in the area. Works the same way against cover 9, so we'll go ahead and we'll do that. We'll do the exact same setup. B on a post, Y on a deep cross, and this time we're just going to get a different receiver open, as the X receiver is going to split the safeties deep and be another very easy one-play touchdown, although that's probably tighter coverage than the tight end was. So that's it for zone coverages. We're going to switch it up now and go to man coverages, starting off with man 0 blitz. We're going to pick the linebacker blitz, basically the Overstorm Brave. This play here is going to have a very different setup, but I would say put the B tight end on a deep cross once again, because he'll be a very good second option. But I'm just going to put the Y receiver on a streak, as this right here a lot of times will get interference. As you can see, the cornerback and the safeties bumped into one another and allowed this guy to get open over the top very easily. If I'm going against man and I know it's a man coverage, I can also motion this guy out, put him on a drag, just to give myself another option, as I can give myself a high-low crossing option when it comes to man coverages with these two receivers, the B and the A receiver. But like I said, I'm watching this Y receiver. It's right there. That guy just got completely toasted because the cornerback above him just knocked him off his track. But you can see how deadly these stacked formations are. They're so tight together, the cornerbacks are stacked as well. And when the play starts, they basically just get in front of each other's way, as he completely knocks this dude off of his coverage, and we have the easiest one-play touchdown you're ever going to see. We're going to pick that again. We'll pick cover 1, which is going to be cover 1 hole. Now, when it comes to cover 1, I think it's actually best to put the X receiver on a streak and put the Y receiver on a post, then put the B receiver on that deep cross once again, or you can put them on a short cross. It really doesn't matter, whatever you want it to be. But these all will beat man coverage, as the Y receiver here just tends to have better inside leverage based on the fact that he's the slight more inside receiver. As you can see here, he runs away from that guy right away. So this is a good option, but if you want to do it the other way, where you just basically put the Y receiver on a streak and set up the exact same way, you can do that. You'll just have a little less consistent results when it comes to the X receiver, but you can see how you can still get that bump when it comes to, as I just did throw the ball good there, you can still get that bump when it comes to the streak. As we'll see this time, this guy here is going to be, I think he's the deep crosser, but you can see how these defenders are getting each other's way once again, as 8 basically just gets knocked off his coverage. And if I would have saw that a little bit earlier and bullet and pass lead outside, it would have been another one-play touchdown. So you could do it either way. If you want to put Y on a streak, you want to play for that type of contact, you can do that. As you can see here, once again, we get that contact, see it a little bit earlier, we bullet, pass it outside, and now we have the one-play touchdown. Or like I said, I find a better way to do it is to put the Y receiver on a cross or on a post and put the X receiver on a streak, because I just find that the Y receiver does a better job of getting open once he crosses the field than the X receiver. But they can really both get open, so it's really up to you. And then last but not least, we got cover 2 man, which is going to be a completely unique setup. So let's pick that, as this is the only play where you're going to put the Y receiver here on a wheel route, which I think I did show in cover 2 zone, but it works better in cover 2 man. As you're going to see, the press animation completely whiffs, and this guy's just open outside right away. So if somebody makes the mistake of running cover 2 man against you, this is the easiest way to score probably the entire formation. As we watch this receiver here, he's going to completely get whiffed on the jam, as the cornerback never gets hands on him. He just runs right around, and he's open right away at about 5 yards up the field, as we get another very easy one-play touchdown catch and run against this defense. So I'm going to end the video there. You guys got to see me run one of the glitchiest offenses in the entire game, as I had wide open touchdowns against every single defense in the game. So if you guys want to see gameplay of me using this that I put out just yesterday, I have a link of that popping up on screen right now, as I also show some of the RPOs and some of the run plays that are very good for this formation as well. So if you want to see that, just click the links. And until next time, thanks for watching, man. Wish it out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.